There are normal days in life and there are special days. Your last day of school, your wedding day, the day your first child gets born. But in the life of a watch collector, there is one more special day, and that is the day you get your first Patek. Now, I was lucky enough to experience that day not so long ago, and it came to me in form of the Patek Philippe Aquanaut 5167A, stainless steel with a rubber band. This watch has a list price of about $18,000, but actually it trades on the secondary market for up to $40,000. So after 4 weeks of usage, how does it feel wearing a $40,000 watch? Well, let's start by looking at the design. This exact model of the Aquanaut was first launched in 2007, and every time I look at it, it's quite hard for me to believe that this design is already 13 years old. It looks so fresh, it looks so new, like it was designed yesterday. And I don't mean that in a bad way. Now, I don't even want to go into the details of brushed surfaces, polished surfaces, the design of the hands and the numerals. I just want you to take it in, see it as a whole, and experience how well it plays together. The profile on the rubber band and on the dial just works so well together. Everything seems so balanced and refined. It's just a pleasure to look at. One thing I do want to point out though is the color of the dial. Now, this is described as black, but it is so much more. Shine a little light on it and give it some angles, and you'll have the dial start a beautiful play, going from gray to dark black into a beautiful, beautiful brown. It's just a stunner to look at, especially when it starts to seem brownish. Very classy look. Now, in terms of wearability and the ability to be combined with different types of attire, it is a sports watch by definition, yes, but this is one of the most versatile watches I've ever seen, or ever worn, shall I say. It is just as much a jeans and t-shirt watch as it can be used as a dress watch. Put on a dress shirt and it slides seamlessly on the cuff, or better yet, over it. Or even better, fold the cuff away so everybody can see your Patek. It just never seems out of place. No matter if it's a t-shirt, a dress shirt, and with a full suit, it looks even better. This watch you can combine with anything. Now, since this is a review of a Patek Philippe, we definitely have to talk about the movement. After all, with such a high quality watch, the movement is where the actual magic lies. Now, I know some of you might think, oh, I don't care about the movement, I just want to see how it looks. Well, lucky for you, you can actually see this beautiful movement when you turn the watch over. And it is stunning. You're gonna have to invest in a loupe when you buy that watch, or you will not be able to fully appreciate it. It is just so beautifully decorated, and the attention to detail is amazing. Now, this is by no means an innovative movement. It is super accurate, for sure, but in terms of how it works, there's nothing new, nothing revolutionary about it. But that's not what you're looking for in a Patek anyway. I think in that regard you could compare the watch to a well-done suit from a reputable tailor at Savile Row in London. The last thing you want the man to do is to innovate. What you expect is a traditionalist who executes his craftsmanship to the highest standards imaginable. And that's exactly what you get with your Patek. This is watchmaking art and craftsmanship combined. Why is it so expensive? Well, not anybody can work on a Patek. What you pay for when you buy this watch is the time of the best watchmakers in the business. Now, operating the movement, there are no big surprises, yet a few, shall I say, unusual characteristics that you might not expect. So there's a screw down crown. First position is for winding the watch. Second position is for setting the date. Now this is not a, well, it's a quick set date, but it's not a quick change date. So 30 minutes before midnight, you will see the date disc gradually starting to change. It's not instantly. Now pull it out in the third position and you set the time. Now as you can see, the second hand doesn't stop. No hacking. You can actually stop it by turning the crown in the opposite direction, but normally when setting a Patek, the second hand doesn't stop. Now when you close the crown again, you're gonna hear this noise. This is the mainspring being wound. Feels a little bit odd at first. Now the hand winding actually wouldn't be necessary. It's an automatic movement, it has a rotor, and this rotor has a ceramic bearing. Usually watches come with a ball bearing around the rotor, but this ball bearing needs to be lubricated, it tends to wear and tear a little. So a ceramic bearing will last you way longer and will not cause any abrasion or anything that could get metal dust into the movement. So by using a ceramic bearing for the rotor, you arguably get a higher quality movement. But on the other hand, you also get this noise. So oftentimes during the day, when I wear this watch, I can hear the rotor moving. I can hear the ceramic bearing of the rotor. Now at first that felt a little bit odd, but now I gotta say I kinda enjoy it. Because every now and then during my day when my thoughts are elsewhere, I get reminded of the fact that I'm lucky enough to be wearing a Patek. So what first felt almost irritating has become a charming characteristic of my watch. That goes for the noise of the rotor, that goes for the non-hacking movement, that goes for the screw down crown that winds your movement when you close it down. I think all this just adds a little bit of character to the watch, a little bit more depth in the experience of owning it. So to summarize, we got the octagonal shape of the dial, the rubber band, the quirks of the movement, a lot of things for people to potentially not like on this watch. But what is the best way to create a watch that nobody loves? It's to make one that everybody likes. Now whether you love or hate this watch, you have to decide on your own. Me personally, I could never imagine selling this watch again. Thanks for your time, watch friends. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. Und übrigens, wenn du meine Videos lieber auf Deutsch schauen würdest, dann geht's zu meinem neuen Kanal watchcraft.de. Den Link dazu findest du direkt unterhalb dieses Videos.